Logan Lucky is the new film from acclaimed director Steven Soderbergh. While you might not know him by name, you know his movies. Soderbergh directed the Ocean's trilogy, Magic Mike, and that one where Matt Damon talked about corn a lot. Soderbergh has always been one of my favorite directors, not just because he directed one of my favorite surrealist comedies, Schizopolis, but because of the sort of mythos around him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look into his recut of 2001: A Space Odyssey and Raiders of the Lost Ark. After his last film, Side Effects, Soderbergh said he was done with Hollywood forever and retired. And then just a few years later, Logan Lucky was announced and then released in August of 2017. I went into Logan Lucky mainly because of Soderbergh's name. The plot wasn't super exciting to me, and there was no actor that really pulled me in. Channing Tatum is dependent on the director, and Adam Driver is okay. I didn't see him in Silence, where I heard he did a good job. I only know him from Force Awakens, and that's kind of eh. Also, Seth MacFarlane? What? So I was only really sold on the director alone. That being said, I was more than pleasantly surprised. I went in with medium expectations and left with what I can comfortably call one of my favorite movies of this year. The movie is smart and witty and really keeps you entertained the whole time. For those of you who don't know the plot, it's about some redneck brothers who decide to rob a NASCAR speedway. Take the Ocean's films, swap suave guys with rednecks and a casino for a speedway, and you got Logan Lucky. This isn't something the movie shies away from either. It kind of proudly and blatantly makes this connection, and because of its self-awareness, it winds up elevating itself as something unique and worth it. There was never a dull point, and I was always interested in what was going to come next. Visually, the film is kind of amazing. Soderbergh utilized a really shallow depth of field that gave every shot and discussion a unique look to it. Characters would leave focus and come back in, but in a way that was style and not mistake. It looked really nice and gave a sort of intimacy that matched the characters really well. For a movie this simple and straightforward, the cinematography was really beautiful. Nothing amazing, but just the right amount of thought and precision that really complemented the film. It's something I don't think most comedy directors would put the effort into, but I'm glad this movie did. This has actually been a pretty good summer for well-shot comedy films. Well, I can only think of two, but it's two more than usual. The acting is what really surprised me most in this film. Channing Tatum and Daniel Craig both do an amazing job, with Craig pulling a really great performance as Joe Bang, but Adam Driver just totally steals the show for me. I don't know how he did it, but he made this character so much fun to watch and listen to. It's a performance that I keep thinking about. I think maybe it's because I didn't expect so much from him, but God, he was really great. There are few to no complaints I had with this film. The only real low point for me was Seth MacFarlane's performance as a British energy drink mogul / NASCAR team owner. It was MacFarlane doing a British accent and pretty much that. It wasn't actually that awful, but I kind of found it distracting. I kept seeing Seth MacFarlane in a wig and not a real character. I do kind of wonder if there was a greater intention to this casting and performance that maybe I missed. I could be overanalyzing, but who knows with Soderbergh. I think that's the kind of thing he'd do. I absolutely recommend you go see Logan Lucky if you can. Genuinely one of the best movies I've seen this year. I personally cannot wait to revisit it when it comes out on Blu-ray. I want to explore what I think is some message about corporatization and technology in the film being made through the use of an overabundance of logos and references to cell phones. It's kind of hard to not notice there's something being done there. When I left the theater, I found my eyes were drawn to every single logo in the parking lot on the road. It was like the movie managed to get my mind fixated on those things. Nonetheless, if this deeper analysis for meaning stuff doesn't really float your boat, the film can still be perfectly enjoyed for all of its surface-level storytelling. It's a fun crime comedy with great cinematography, great acting, and a great script, and I give Logan Lucky a 9 out of 10.